like miniatures wargames? Do you often dream about ruling your own fantasy medieval kingdom? Do you ever fantasize about kicking a dirty paganite off the castle walls into an arrow-ridden, body-laced moat below you? Okay, maybe not that last thing. Anyways, look no further, traveller, have I got the game for you. Hey guys, welcome to Swords and Stones. My name's Luke, I'm the lead designer for Swords and Stones and Sword and Stone Studios. And today we are finally spreading the word about our starter pack game, our first ever Gamefound release, the Dark Days box, available only on Gamefound at the end of August. This August! Swords and Stones is set in a post-cataclysmic flood world, where a great flood has wiped all civilization off the map and changed the face of the world forever. You have been chosen to lead a small band of survivors in rebuilding from a tiny forest village into a mighty kingdom worth defending. The Dark Days is a period set directly after this flood event. The Dark Days is a game mode within the larger Swords and Stones world that limits to whatever you place on the table or the map to what comes in this box only. Normally you can build anything assuming you harvest the resources from the map. So the Dark Days is a game mode specific to this starter pack. Consider this the Dark Days, the age where war, famine and disease ruled. The Dark Days are a constant struggle for survival, where rival bands of warriors prowl around every mountain range or across every river valley, hungry and desperate to take what little is left. The few remaining texts about the great city-states of old have been lost. Their lessons and discoveries that brought peace and harmony to the realm are now used as tinder for the fires to drive out the deathly cold of winter. Oh, sorry, went a bit dark there. That can happen sometime. As Swords and Stones is a huge game, this Dark Days pack gets you started with all the foundational and most important buildings in the game. And once you have a good handle on how the rules play, you can collect the rest of whatever buildings and units is your strategy, your culture, or gameplay style. Before we get to the unboxing, hold on for just one more minute. Swords and Stones offers a sandbox game engine, where the tabletop interacts with you from environmental events, monsters appearing, as well as the rivalry, camaraderie, and treachery that's normally associated with a multiplayer strategy game like this. In this baby, we have single-player game modes, co-op game modes, full-on multiplayer 2 to 100 player game mode. One day I swear I'm gonna have a 100-player game. Of course, to play the co-op and multiplayer game modes, you need someone to play with this box as well. So whoever you're thinking of right now who would enjoy this, send this to them now. Not only do events bring a normally lifeless tabletop to life, in Swords and Stones you can terraform the table, or the map as we call it, completely. From raising hills, digging trenches, moats, rivers, you can even regrow the forest that you cut down. Even little details like placing your farms closer to fresh water sources can have a big impact on your gameplay and how well you run your kingdom. Everything is your choice, all your choices matter, and almost anything is possible in the Swords and Stones world. The Dark Days starter pack is your first entry point to the Swords and Stones world. Right, I'm hyped. Let's unbox this. This is a bit of a spoiler. You can see everything is already here. Everything you see on the table is in this box, unpainted and unassembled. All right, awesome. Coming off very slowly like a trailer loading. Beautiful, and there's all our models. So everything comes already constructed. There's just a few resin printed units that just require gluing to the base. They're really easy, they just snap straight off the sprue. I'm gonna just do some magic right now and assemble them all. Whoa, look at that. All right, so straight away we have all of our units here. A unit represents, 50 to 100 people all working towards that common goal. We have our king, our queen, our caster mini. We have 6 of these bad boys. These are monks. These are hilarious to play with. They can actually convert enemy units and heal your own dudes. And of course we have 12 villager units, evenly gendered, male and female. 12 warrior units, all equipped with various basic weapons and armor. There's 4 spears, 2 with shields. There's also 4 axemen, and 2 of them with shields as well. We have 3 bowmen and 1 dude that's got an extra hand weapon. Also, that's a unit. We have just thrown in this awesome little galley model. This is for the starter pack, and you can also build a single galley ship in the Dark Days. And last unit that's thrown in, and this is a surprise, so anyone else that hasn't actually watched this video doesn't know these are in here, but these are our 3 trolls. These are essential to the tutorial and gets your monster collection started. All right, next is all the buildings. We have 2 bridges, right? Bridges, go over stuff, go over water, pretty self-explanatory. We have 12 wall sections. These are modular and all go together quite easily at any different angle. You can make this, design your own layouts, design your own death traps. And the units can actually, 4 units can actually go atop the walls or the gatehouses. Incredible detail on these resin models. Absolutely beautiful. Each building has its own kind of character to it, and when you're painting it, it really stands out. This is the Swords and Stones house. This is actually called a commune, and this actually lowers your upkeep for your military units. But first, buildings first, this is the stockpile. This is the building where you place all your harvested resources and process them into further usable materials. Next is the tavern. The tavern is pretty self-explanatory. That lets you do shady deals, basic trading, and other kind of treachery, espionage, and sabotage type stuff. Then there is the barracks. The barracks is where your primary fighting unit, the warrior, is trained. And then we have the arc building. If you build this building in the Dark Days game mode, this allows you to win defensively. There's also a Before the Flood game mode that requires you to build an arc to survive the second flood that's coming. Swords and Stones has a very simple 3-phase structure. First is the harvest phase, second the advance phase, and third the move and combat phase. The harvest phase and advance phase is where you gain and spend resources using this stockpile counter. As you can see, you can track upkeep, food, wood, stone, iron, gold, favor, and also what turn number it is. Before we go looking at what's underneath it, let's just do some more magic. All right, everything just really comes to life. Even this boring stockpile counter, you know, all these little icons here just really bring you in and immerse you into the game. All right, if you want to look at the painted models, you can look at them in other videos. Let's see what else is in this bad boy. All right, all these tokens, there's a bunch of bags for you. Once you push them out, they all get stored neatly into your bag. You have forest where you can hunt and get wood from. You have gold outcrops. You have iron outcrops and normal rock outcrops, as well as a bunch of farms. These are all available as 3D models if you want them. All right, next, straight away out of the box, the first thing you can do is open up the Dark Days tutorial, a very light booklet that gets you onboarded and playing straight away. This also takes you through a mini campaign of a bunch of fishermen who directly themselves survived the flood event and their kind of journey, immediate journey after this flood event. So that little mini campaign can kind of tell you what it's like to have a single player campaign mode and kind of our story writing ability. Next is the bread and butter, the bee's knees, the box to your sand. This is a sandbox game, right? As you can see, it's just an absolutely beautiful rule book packed with stuff. The first 30 pages, 30-ish pages are all about the core rules. Then you have heaps of extras about the factions. We have a heap of different spells for your casters, heaps of different game modes, friendly, competitive. If you want to end the game early, all these little extra stuff, grand campaign, zombie apocalypse modes, bit of showcasing, the world map. We also have the AI skirmisher rules, then the event tables, all the interaction that you can get from farming and anything else. And then at the end of the book is all the extra buildings all listed. All right, that's that. We've also got a quick guide on there, which takes us into the next part. This is the player screen. Each player has this on competitive games to kind of block the view of your kingdom for an opponent, at least until they get units close to your kingdom to see. And when on the inside of it is all quick reference, real handy stuff that once you know how the game works, this just makes everything flow so smoothly. All right, and then we got a bunch of push out tokens, all that like indicator that help you keep track of your unit's conditions and stuff. We have monster sheets. So although the pack doesn't include all the monsters, you can still play with them and work them out if you don't want to have to buy the minis. Heaps more, some spells, indicator spells, and a whole sheet of zombies for the zombie apocalypse mode. And then we have a whole bunch of upgrade cards. In Swords and Stones, every building kind of gives you different upgrades that let you break certain rules and do extra cool things. A whole stack of them, all different ways to play, every single one of them. And also an event, sometimes you can discover a mystery crate. This is the mystery crate cards that you draw from randomly for a really super kind of powerful artifact. And then of course, for all the tokens, a bunch of bags and dice included. Gamefound is the middle ground between indie game developers like us and our current and future players like you. Basically, we need a certain amount of sales so we can mass produce this game at a good cost. So this Gamefound helps us reach you, and when our game goes live at the end of August, the people that want the game can then pre-order it. If we get enough money to meet our funding goals, then we get that money and we take that money and we pay that to our manufacturer, and we also pay it to the artist. By the way, there's going to be no AI art in this game. There is a little, however, in the prototype. Don't shoot me. And get it to you ASAP, within 12 months. Next year's Christmas present? If you pre-order with us on Gamefound, we're going to give you a number of things. First of all, a limited discount price only available on Gamefound. Out of Gamefound, the price of this will go up. You also get a limited edition rulebook, and exclusive to this campaign only, we have a Scout Mini. This Scout Mini is available only to our Swords and Stones pioneers, the first people that adopt us. One print run only of this Scout Mini just for you. This plus all our other stretch goals is kind of like a thank you product for supporting an unknown company and a new game. You'll also get this game first before anyone else receives it, and only when this game is in your hands, our website will be open up for all the other units and buildings, and also open up to anyone else who missed out on this Dark Days starter set in our original Gamefound campaign. So please share. The more backers we get, the more content and stretch goals we can include for you for absolutely free. So go there now. Swords and Stones, Gamefound. Yes, you'll have to sign up to Gamefound. Yes, I know it's annoying, but it's the thing that you have to do to get indie developers to meet real players like you. Once you're done with the Gamefound, head over to our YouTube channel. We have heaps of how to play videos and additional trailers and hype videos. Or you can head over to our website and download this rulebook right now, as well as all these STL files for the starter set, completely free, forever. And I say that for free, well, we want your email so we can keep you informed when we go live and all our future fantasy faction ambitions. Welcome to the world of Swords and Stones. Onwards!